In one particular plant medicine ceremony at Rhythmia, Thoth appeared in my inner vision and shared with me a different Merkaba than I'd ever seen before.
Alright, okay, part 3, here we go. Let's all get limbered up and ready for our bodies to recoil so hard that our spines all try to jump out of our bodies at once. But we aren't going to let that happen. We are the masters of our spines, people.
It was octagonal in nature, surrounding my body with a 3-stranded DNA helix spiraling through it.
Well, that didn't work. Oh well, thankfully, I didn't need that spine. I mean, if it couldn't handle one simple bit of spirit science style wudo nonsense, and it clearly didn't have any backbone. Get it? Anyway, yeah, we are neck deep into this video now. No turning back. The only way is through, and other lies we tell ourselves in order to just get on with shit that we don't want to do. Let's go!
And a tremendous volume of rainbow particles shooting out of the bottom and rising up to the top.
Look, mate. When you have rainbow particles shooting out of your bottom, that means that you have an extremely rare and dangerous form of food poisoning that you get from eating undercooked unicorn meat. Can't tell you the number of times that's happened to me. I swear, if it happens just 5 more times, I am going to consider maybe not going to that place anymore. Look, you try finding a shop that sells unicorn burgers and whiskey at the same time and delivers it directly into your mouth. Gotta cut them some slack.
Wild stuff.
Wild stuff. Yeah, that's a funny way of saying totally crazy bullshit. But as long as you don't act like it was in any way anything other than a bunch of nonsense that came from your brain because you have a way overactive imagination, I won't have a problem with it. Oh wait, I forgot this is spirit science, where if you can make it up, it is a factual fact about reality.
That said, I know we talk about the importance of love in this kind of stuff a lot, but it really is the most vital part.
I think I know why that is. Because love, right, is something that you could tangibly actually prove exists. And if you want to get clever about it and say, there's no evidence for love, well, as a great man once said, and paraphrased obviously, yes there is. Love without evidence is stalking.
Love and connection are the very life and heart of the Merkaba and light body that supports the chakras.
So yeah, the most important part is the bit that most people would agree is a real thing, but you don't get to just hang stuff onto it and pretend like that's real too. You couldn't hang a set of testicles from a bush and call it leaves. I should know. I've tried. Can't tell you how many topiary contests I have lost because of that stupid rule.
As love is said to be the frequency of creation itself.
That seems unlikely. I mean, can you really tell me with a straight face that at the Big Bang there was some kind of love-splosion that caused everything to do the exist? I'm pretty sure that's not true. In fact, I would argue that it was whiskey that caused the universe to be. I mean, it stands to reason. Whiskey needed to exist, obviously, and so reality was like, oh shit, and did a universe. Sorry guys, I know I'm being a bit too scientific today, aren't I? Apologies if you can't keep up.
To that end, the Merkaba isn't just a tool or some aspect of you.
It isn't just those things, is it? Wow, and there I was thinking it was literally a big old not even any of those things. Well, more for me, I guess. And it's a tool, you say, yeah? So what exactly can I use that tool to do? Can I make something of value? Can I fix something I might want to reuse? Can I stab my enemies to dead with it? Honestly, I'm pretty sure the only thing that can be done with it would be to insert it anally, because that's clearly where it comes from.
It is alive and fully a part of you. It's no different than how you have a nose or an arm.
No different. No different. Let me quickly check something. Right, okay. Oh, found my nose. It's right there on my face. Look, I know helmet, but trust me. And, oh look, arm. Wow, we are 2 for 2 finding definitely part of me body parts. And wait, where's it gone? Where's it gone? Oh my god, guys, I think my Merkaba fell off. What am I going to do? How am I ever going to do that thing that I totally did with it again? God, this is just like when my 27-inch penis just disappeared and was replaced with a significantly shorter than that one. It's a conspiracy, I tell you.
The Merkaba light body is what lays the blueprints for the nadis and the axiotonal lines that we've talked about before.
The naughties? What, like that obnoxious name people give for the early 2000s years? What the f*** has that got to do with flying triangles? Unless you mean naughties like, oh you naughty boy kind of naughty when I'm flattered, but I'm just not into blue people. Yes, I know that makes me a terrible bigot, but I just can't get the idea of doing it with a big blue cock. And who knows what colour his penis is?
It literally is the lines that allow the prana, chi, and energy to flow back into you and out into the universe.
Yep, called it. It's definitely an arse thing. Come on, what's that shape if it's not an imprint of a backside on a photocopier? To then be delivered to every one of your co-workers and upper management. They all talk about it for months, about the mysterious photocopier fiend, until one day, someone spots that little tattoo of my face and they finally figure out who it is. And I get promoted to head of the company for being so hilarious. True story.
Our Merkaba is our connection to the divine. It's what links us to each other and the universe itself.
I see where you messed up. You forgot that the divine doesn't real. It's an easy mistake to make. Well, it is if you're a big blue stupid anyway. But yeah, that description, sans the divine, could be said about almost anything. Air links us all together. That doesn't make it magic.
So how does the Merkaba light body relate to the chakras exactly?
Oh, damn it, I forgot about the chakras. Didn't we spend an entire season of this making fun of those? To sum it up, chakras are bollocks. Very simple, straightforward, and easy to remember, I think you will all agree. There are no coloured lights running through your body that control you, and if there was, I'm pretty sure there would be some, if tiny, way to detect them, but for some reason, there just isn't. It's almost like it's, what was it again? Bollocks.
Well, the 8 chakras that run through our spine actually have duplicates in the space around our body.
Oh shit, he's literally doubled down. And let me guess, there's nothing to prove those either. Where does this shit come from, really? I mean, someone somewhere makes a thing up, some dumbass says, that makes sense, and you just all go with it forever, regardless of any better explanations coming along. Smart move.
Inside the extended Merkabic field. They're said to look like spheres of energy that vary in size depending on your own size and height.
They are said by feckin' who? Not you, apparently. See, that's a funny thing. I don't tend to believe facts that I don't know how or why they exist. Just that some say X, Y, Z. That doesn't tell me anything. Probably the mysterious and ever-present they as well. And even if the things that I think are probably true but are yet to be proven one way or the other, those ideas are at least based on some inference and theories usually developed by people who are way smarter than me. Though I'm not sure which way it goes with you. Are they the dumber for coming up with it, or you the dumberer for buying it? Another question without an answer, I fear.
The same as the Merkaba itself. Like the energetic flow system mentioned earlier, they're laid out in the blueprint of Metatron's cube.
Can't say I remember you mentioning energetic flow systems, but then again, I do instantly delete most of what you say the second you say it to protect my brain from catastrophic failure. And I'm not going back to check to protect the rest of my me from, doing stuff. F that noise, but okay, fine. They're laid out in the blueprint of Metatron's cube. Does that actually mean something, or did you just reach into a pile of discarded word of the day sheets and just read the first 10 words you saw out loud? I think we all know the answer to that particular conundrum.
Each sphere sits on the edge or point of a tetrahedron and are kind of like our chakras twins.
If something doesn't exist, but has a twin that does exist, does that mean that I get to go drinking now? Because that really hurt my head. Also, why can't you just give things normal names? Merkaba, Melchizedek, what have you? Why can't you just call it Tim and Fred? You would save so much time and money on your Spirit Science branded hot garbage with whatever you printed on it. I'm imagining an old piece of banana peel with like Jeff stamped on the side. It's the internet, someone would f***ing buy it. Or at least an overpriced JPEG of it.
And Melchizedek said he was actually able to find a record of them using a molecular emission scanner.
Wait. Malky's a person? Holy shit, that changes nothing. He should still change his name to make it easier for me to say. And wait, did you say he found a record of them? That's a strange way to put it, but do you mean evidence of them? Because who are you and what have you done with Spirit Science? You guys don't deal in evidence, you deal in speculation and whimsical tall tales about gibberish. Of course, then again, when you say a record, you could just mean some back-to-front slippery shit, so honestly, until shown otherwise, I don't believe it for a second. But sure, let's find out what this fresh hell is all about.
So when it comes down to it, you can think of our spiritual structure like this.
Oh, for f***'s sake, of course you don't elaborate. Well, if you're not going to explain what that's about, I'm going to go with my assumption that it's nonsense. I mean, I am sure he said it, but that if he did actually do anything, the results he got, he just decided supported him, even though it was actually just a blank sheet of paper, because he didn't know how to turn the f***ing thing on.
First, there is the energy flow through the chakras, which is facilitated by the nadis when we breathe in and out.
You know, now that I think about it, the naughty sounds more like a group of humans who run around doing, well, naughty things, like basically a bunch of mischievous school children. But apparently they also force you to breathe in the chakra dust. I think the naughties might be a bad influence on you, Blue Boy. That stuff is toxic, and not in the fun way.
From there, the meridian points and lesser chakras reach every cell in the body. On top of that, we have the prana field, which is very close to the body and is generated by the flow of energy through the chakras.
See, generate. You can't just use words like generate and not expect people to wonder how the f*** you know how one might discover such a thing. Seriously, you use half-made-up words already. Why not just make up a bunch more words for generating energy, etc.? That way, it would be such incomprehensible mumbo-jumbo that literally no one would ever be able to understand that it's even nonsense. Then again, I assume the only way to trick people into believing it is to use some words that they would actually understand, so c'est la vie.
Going up in layers, on top of the pranic field, we have the auric field that extends a few feet around us in every direction.
Oh, come on, man. This is getting ridiculous. How many fields can there possibly be? Also, what makes them functionally different? Because they all sound exactly the same. Woo word energy X does the going out of you. Like, even if they were real, how do you distinguish between them? How do you know they aren't just the same thing? And why don't we all know that they're there? Oh, and no, magic thinking powers lets you see them, doesn't fly. That's like saying only certain people can see trees with special training. Literally not how anything works.
And is generated by our thoughts and emotions and energy all working together.
Ugh, no, just no. There is no energy field made by emotions. That's that empath as magical power shit, isn't it? And you can just right off with that. That field is simply non-verbal communication. That's someone having a slight frown that everyone saw and knew meant that the person wasn't super impressed with what just happened. But you going, ooh, I feel a change in the Flimgong energy field. No, you didn't. You used the basic form of human communication. Stop pretending to be special.
This is the realm of the dream time and something that we'll talk about in great detail later on.
I can't stay mad, because that just summed up how f***ing childish this whole thing is. My kids call it dream time because, you know, they're children. It's called sleep, you infantile aqua freak. And for the love of God, please make it a lot further on, because I don't think I could handle that right now. You give me the conniptions.
Guiding and protecting our auric field is another energy field in the shape of the egg of life.
Oh my God, dude, what? You got more fields than the world's busiest f***ing farmer. I swear to God he's just doing this to annoy me now. How many fields can I get away with before Sir Sick explodes into a cloud of whiskey-scented vapour? Well, I'll tell you, it depends. Are you growing whiskey grains? Because then it's a lot. I appreciate that kind of field.
The original shape of creation. Once you get past that...
Wait, no, stop. I can't get past that, because the f*** did you just say? The original shape of creation? You can't just say shit like that without justifying it, dude. How the hell do you know it's the original shape of creation? That's an incredibly bold claim. You cannot just say, hey, I know what creation looked like. Anyway, moving on. That's not fair.
You start to get into the realms of light and geometry, and our energy takes on a much more geometric nature that can be influenced by our consciousness.
I know he's done it several times already, because, you know, it's spirit science, but I think that might be our most word salad of the day. I will never, ever be able to wrap my head around the fact that there are people who can say utterly incomprehensible, meaningless claptrap like that and genuinely believe that they actually said something not only of actual value, but that is also incredibly profound when it's, well, not that. Even slightly.
Herein we find the light body. Yet these geometries are overlaid across and through all of our lesser systems, much like how streams branching off from a river will be like a smaller fractal of the greater body from which it comes.
No, I can't do it anymore. He doesn't even know how rivers work. Rivers merge, dipshit. The streams don't come off them, they go into them. This is literally the opposite of the kind of example you're trying to give. Yet again, do you prove that not only do you not know how science works, but apparently you don't even know how to explain your spirit shit in any way that makes sense to even people who might understand what you are prattling about. Because even your most basic examples are wrong and don't make any sense. I would say that I'm shocked, but you could hit me with the equivalent of 19 lightning strikes of your silly now, and I wouldn't even be slightly sizzled. Now excuse me, I'm off to go get sozzled.
Wait, before you go, I have something super important to tell you. It's life or death. It will change everything forever. Nope, wait, it's gone. Oh well, probably wasn't important. But while I have you, don't forget to comment, subscribe and notify. And if you want more of my smexy voice, check out Mrs. Six's channel Spoonstaff Stories, where I narrate and voice all the videos, and she does the work. And if you want to support the channel, check out the merch store for cool t-shirts, or check out Patreon, memberships and PayPal to support directly. Finally, follow me on the medias of social to get completely pointless guff and to keep up on the latest releases. Oh, I just remembered what I was going to tell you. Whatever you do, don't touch the